What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to talk about some new strategies we've implemented in our comping system. So guys, again, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for coming back to the channel. We're going to go over today exactly what we've done to implement some of these slowing, real estate sale prices and the decline in sales prices we're seeing in our market, and how are we using and how are we comping, now in this type of market. And so for you guys that don't know what comping is looking at comparables, right? Comparables are properties sold so that we can figure out how much we can pay a seller. We first need to know what the property's worth. In order to do that, we need to compare it or find comparables, right? So where do we look to find these? So number one, I've always done this is Zillow. I look on Zillow quick. I go Zillow solds, and now we used to do 6 months sold because previous of June and back 6 months, it was pretty similar market, hot market. Everything was selling for a very good price. So I had always a 6 month time frame. Now, because of this market, we're doing 30-day time frames. And if we don't see anything there, we're going to 90-day time frames, right? 90 days in the past have they sold, because we know since June, which has been a little bit more than 90 days, right? So today's September 1st, that would be June 1st. Like, we've known that a lot has changed. So we try to even do 30 days. So like today's September 1st, we try to look at August 1st, right? Since then, what's sold. So we've instituted that where we do 30 days, and if we don't find enough comps there, we will go 90 days. But it's looking carefully at that. And we as well as use not just the Zillow, we use multiple MLSs as well. Now we partner with other realtors, and we have FMLS and Georgia MLS, right? These are two MLSs in Georgia. FMLS, I know everyone has, but Georgia MLS, that's the one that's specific to Georgia. But again, we're implementing those three: Zillow, Georgia MLS, and FMLS, as well as PropStream sometimes. But it's mostly those three: Zillow, MLS, or Georgia MLS, and FMLS, right? And so another big thing here, the biggest one, so those are a couple strategies, right? We do 30 days sold in the last 30 days on Zillow and on MLS. And then we also do 90 days if we don't find comps. But now the second thing here is we started having to look at what properties are doing active on the market. So for you guys that don't know already, our disposition model, how we sell our wholesale deals, we list everything on MLS. I would say about 90% of the deals go on MLS, right? And with that being said, we're comparing ourselves to what we would be going against to on MLS. And so, yes, we might see some comps from 6 months ago that the property sold around there for $250. But now when you look active, you might see a comp sitting on the market at $230 for 30 days. Well, if it's been on the market for 30 days at $230, and we want to sell ours quicker, right? We want to sell it within 10 days, right? If we find a buyer, we probably have to be at $220, $215 maybe in some cases. So we wouldn't go off that $250 sold comp. So we got to be, we got to be mindful of this. And even the 90 day, what if there's a 90 day sold? Maybe some property sold, let's say in June 10th, right? It's sold then, so it probably went under contract in May. That's another thing, but we'll get to that. So June 10th. Well, it could have sold for $250, but now the market's only gotten a little worse, right? So we're going deeper into the summer. We're going now into fall. It's also the market, the interest rates, it's getting worse. So that's sold for $250, but I can't just use that comp. I gotta look at the active comp that's $220 on the market for 30 days. And let me frame this too. I never have ever been a fan of using active because they're not comps. Those are not comps because nothing's sold. You can't say they're comps. But for our business structure and how we dispo deals on MLS, we have to look at that because that's who we're competing against, is those active comps. And again, just looking at that's been on 30 days, we need to be priced way lower, right? It's because we got to, we want to try to sell around 10 days. But another thing I was alluding to in this video as well is when you're doing these comps, you might say, holy crap, this house sold for $250 and it sold for $250 in July, which was, a month and a half ago or a month ago. But what you didn't see is that it went under contract in April at the height of the market. So it just had a long closing date. And you got to be mindful of that. We've seen that in some comps where like, oh, this is a comp, we see actives at $250 in this neighborhood, but we see this comp that sold at $300 in July. And first, we always look at sold comps, right? In our company, we always look for sold. So we would see 300, like, yes, this is a deal. The guy wants 220. This is a deal. But as soon as we click active, we see that there's 3 250s on the market. We're like, what's going on here? What's why is that 300 and these other ones can't sell for 250? And you look, it says under contract, what pending in February, March, April, whatever might be, and had a long, so that makes sense why it's more money. So that's when we would look at the active comps as more accurate numbers, right? So just a couple things there. Again, first thing we do is we changed our timeline. We changed it from a 30-day sold period. That's what we're looking for, 30 days out. If we can't find anything, we'll look at 90 days out. Second thing, we started using active comps, right? We look at active comps as well as sold comps, but just to see if there's anything on the MLS that's been sitting for so long, because that's how we sell our deals. And then number 3 is we look at when did it go pending on the sold comps? When did they go pending? Did they go pending in April, where it was the height of the market? Whoa, you can't really use that comp. So they go pending in July. That's a more accurate comp, right? So hope you guys got some value from this video. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment down below. Take a screenshot. You're watching this. Tag me on Instagram. Thanks again. And we'll see you in the next one.